history. You hear about this and you read about that. I don't want to look at Grumpy Cat. This is how to watch TV. What's that I hear? You hear the Lost finale. It's not your fault that you can't see what we see. This is how to watch TV. On Comeuppance Network. This is how to watch TV. On Comeuppance Network. This is how to watch TV.
Chronologically Lost with Joel and Jenna. My name's Joel.
My name is Jenna. We're brought to you by Comeuppance Network. You can find all of our social media links at thisishowtowatchtv.com.
You can. That is accurate. All of our other shows on Comeuppance Network, like Lost to Time, where we explore abandoned buildings, or the Game of Thrones podcast, or what else? The Daily Vlog. Check out any of that shits. Also, shit, I didn't have an also there. It was more like I was gonna go into the show. Can you eat that, Mike? Yeah, you're good. You got it.
God,
I see what you're doing there.
What you're doing.
We are here to discuss Chronologically Lost, episode 85, covering December 2007. It's very strange because I just watched the first two episodes with the kids. And,
you did?
The pilot of Lost.
I feel like I've watched the pilot way more than I've watched any other episode.
Right, it does feel like that.
Just because I'll be like, oh, let's start Lost again from the beginning. And we'll get like 3 episodes in and I'm like, oh, well, maybe another day. And then like a couple months later, I'm like, let's watch Lost again from the beginning.
Right, let's start back at the beginning again. It does feel very familiar. But really, I mean, it's almost simple in comparison to how complicated it would get later.
Oh, I'm sure.
But I don't know, really interesting. Anyway, Chronologically Lost, December 2007. We start at the Lighthouse, my personal favorite Dharma station. Do you have a favorite Dharma station?
At the Lighthouse? That's where we're at?
God damn it. Why did I fucking put it? Is the lamppost. I don't know why I put Lighthouse.
Although I did see many lighthouses this past week when I was in Michigan. That was a lot of fun.
No idea why it's... I mean...
We're just plugging...
The Lighthouse is my favorite station.
PureMichigan.com.
Right.
Or whatever
Every time I see Ann Arbor, I think of Lost. Because that's where Faraday went for those few years.
Where do you see Ann Arbor?
Just occasionally you'll see it online.
Oh,
I think somebody befriended me.
Are you visiting there? And
I think
you're
somebody
not
that
telling
befriended me on Facebook is from Ann Arbor because I'll see like a location tag or something or an article.
Yeah.
And it's just like, ooh, Lost.
Where is Ann Arbor?
That's where the Dharma headquarters is.
I know, but where is that in?
Michigan.
Okay. So I feel like that would be way north though.
Like, I mean, it would take us 10 seconds to Google it and figure it out, but I don't really care.
That's okay. Moving on.
Yeah, right. If you
know the answer, please comment below.
If there was a Dharma headquarters there to visit, I would figure out where the fuck it was at. I can tell you that much. I would be there instantly.
For anybody that cares.
Okay, this thing.
Oh, never mind.
This episode.
Never to tell you.
Really sort of blew my mind in a way, and it made me start questioning certain different things because when they started talking about the shit that Eloise is saying right at the beginning, okay? She's doing some Faraday math on the chalkboard, presumably from Faraday, like that she got from his book.
Maybe.
Which is something that she gave to him because he gave it to her. It's almost the compass.
Yeah.
So who really put all that stuff in there? Where did it really come from? When, though?
When he was in college.
Okay, fair enough.
But here's my issue with that. She can't be using his notebook. Well, so she's had it all these years. Okay.
Well,
she has an original. She has the one that is full. She has it right now.
How do you figure?
Because he went back in time to when she was a teenager and she got that book.
Right.
So she has the one that's filled out, and she's had it all these years.
No, the
yeah.
She gave him his notebook before he left.
She gave him an empty one before he left. She gave him one. She gave him his full one. No, she as a kid or at some point during college, she would have given him an empty notebook. Here's a notebook for you to write down all your stuff. And then he went to college and wrote down all his theories and whatever, and then went on the island, then went back in time and gave her the notebook when she was a teenager, she grew up all those years with the full notebook. She still has the full notebook.
So he never got it back.
She would have never given him the full one back.
I thought for some reason she gave it to him when he was going back to the island. Or when he was going to the island.
He took it with him.
It felt like, I don't know, maybe I'm totally misremembering.
We'd have to go back and remember.
We have to go back?
Yeah. We'd have to go. I said we'd have to go back and rewatch the episode where she gave him the notebook, but I thought it was blank.
Okay. Well, if anybody has any recollection of that better than ours, drop it in the comments. The computer is saying event window confirmed, and the pendulum is drawing a star on the map. She walks up some spiral stairs into a church where Ben is lighting a candle, and asks him if she had any luck. Yes, and him not so much. You know, she tells him he's got 70 hours, and then he tells her he lost Reyes tonight, and what happens if he can't get them all to come back? God help us all.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, we didn't get to see as much as I thought we did in that first scene, so it's not there. The thing that was kind of blowing my mind a little bit.
Yeah.
Opening credits, and then we come back to Son's apartment, and Kate is going to run an errand.
An errand.
An errand. Oh, God. She's going to run an errand, and Son is going to watch errand, and she gets a delivery, and it's an envelope with a report on Ben's whereabouts, and also some chocolates.
No, there's a gun under the chocolates.
What?
Oh.
That was a spit take without the
that
mess.
was amazing.
Without the mess. I'll have to just put that in post.
Oh, you're going to do that? That
No.
sounds like it would take a lot of effort.
Yeah. Oh, it was blocked. You just didn't see it.
Oh, yeah. That's really
was in
weird.
the way.
Oh, you spit all over me. The ricochet was awful.
Now I have to make it bounce.
Yeah. Oh, like that. Yeah.
Right. So, yes, there's also a gun in there under the chocolates. I mean,
Which is a great idea. I never thought to put a gun under chocolates.
okay.
Or anything. At all. I mean, because when...
I've never thought... You're right. I've never thought to put a gun under anything. It's never occurred to me.
No, I was saying anything at all under the chocolates.
Oh.
I've never thought to put anything under chocolates at all. Or a gun under anything.
You know why? But it makes sense, and here's why. What happens, do you think, to that... I got ricochet off of that bubble.
Did you? Bubble.
Yeah. No, I forgot the joke. Damn it.
You know why? Because we eat the chocolates.
No, yeah, what do you think happens to that bottom layer of chocolates? Do you think the box comes and there's just one floating up top? No, there was another layer of chocolates.
So somebody ate them.
Yes. And put a gun in their place.
I feel like...
Doesn't seem like a fair deal.
I feel like we should have had chocolates for this episode. That would have been really good.
Okay, you know.
I bought... It came up on my timeline today. I had bought Jeremy's aunt a massive Whitman sampler one time. It was like this big.
Okay.
And it was just, it said the same, it had the same yellow box and everything like normal, but it was so big. And it was the best. She loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to go buy some right now.
You want a sampler? Next week we'll just have a sampler laid out across the top of the table. What's that, like $300 for the sampler?
No, I think it was like $40 or something.
Good God, that's a lot of chocolate for $40.
Well, I mean, but we were at a birthday party, so they opened it up and everybody ate it.
Oh, I get it, but
So,
still,
whatever.
that's awesome.
I thought it was absolutely ridiculous when I bought it, but then it went over so well that it was great.
So Kate meets with the attorneys, and she's there to offer a deal. She says she'll give blood samples, but wants to speak to the client. And he says he's speaking to the client later and will pass along the offer, but he's pretty sure that what the answer will be. No.
Right.
Yeah. And plus she's in no position to be making a deal. That's pretty valid. You know.
It is.
The fuck you coming from? The client is insisting they handle the change of custody properly, and he tells her she's going to lose the boy. You know, like on the raft.
Yeah.
We're going to have to take the boy.
The words are so perfect.
Right. Word perfect. Was
You just
WordPerfect
reminded
better
me.
than Word? Or-
Did you hear that like people were in an uproar because Windows was going to take away Paint?
Okay, define uproar.
Like they
Like there's-
boycotted it. Them taking it away. So now they said that they will include Paint in the next Windows version.
Okay.
That
I mean, how
3
hard could-
billion people still use Paint.
How hard could it have been to...
Who's still using Paint?
Right, who's using Microsoft Paint?
What?
Yeah. You're using it ironically. You're using it as a bit.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious that
But
you would
then
make them
they
make
said
them
that-
have to code it for the new
Yeah.
Windows.
In the
but-
next one, they'll have a Paint 3D. I'm like, okay, well, I guess that's cool. I guess, but
just now?
yeah, I
Like,
mean, I
they've
feel like
had
it's a
Paint
little
for
behind.
30 something years.
Came out like 1990 something. Did you get
Okay.
a new hearing aid or something? Or are you poking over there?
Well, because the wire that goes to the hearing aid and into my ear is new. My old one looked like it was broken or something inside, and I was barely hearing anything.
I
So,
feel like that's like lyrics
but-
to a song, broken inside.
but now the new earpiece is almost too big for my ear canal, so it keeps pushing it out, and I have to pop
Oh.
it back in.
They don't have like a glue for that,
A glue? I have
Yeah.
to take it out.
or like a rubber thing, like kind of like one of those thimble things that you use to like toss paper.
I mean, it is rubber right there,
Eh.
but see, I'm gonna have to do this thing.
What?
Again.
Oh, it's like a condom. You're just like pushing it down. He's just rolling it down.
Yes, I am. Yes, he is.
Okay. And we're moving on.
Oh, and we're moving on. Yeah, I forgot about that.
I don't know
Okay.
if they still do that.
What?
What ride was that? Was that Terminator at Universal? Or was that Earthquake where they did that? And we're moving on.
I can't remember.
I think it was Earthquake.
Okay, so anyway, at the hospital, Jack tells Saeed that he was out for 42 hours. Come on. And had the equivalent of 3 doses of horse tranquilizer in him. Jack tells
Why
Saeed,
wouldn't it have been 4?
Right. Because 4 would have been unbelievable.
Right.
You can't have 4 doses of horse tranquilizer. Jack tells Saeed Ben is on their side, and another doctor comes in and asks for a word with Jack. He's suspended on charges of substance abuse. Yeah, I mean,
I think so.
duh.
What are you doing here, Jack?
Yeah, what the fuck is going on? Why
That
are you-
new black guy just fired you, and now I'm here to ask why you're here.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, are you using different doctors?
Right. Well, I mean, if you think about it, they were filmed at different times.
I feel like they did a lot of other things at different times, and they still made sure it was the right actors.
Oh, what? Like you would have wanted that guy to come
Yeah,
back
'cause,
and,
I
and
mean-
confront you? That would have been more. It would have felt more like the consequences would have been more serious.
Were they at his hospital
Yes.
in this? Okay.
Yeah, I believe so. Let's see. Hurley calls Jack and tells him he did what Saeed said. He's fine and safe in L.A. County lockup. And Ben walks in, and in Saeed's room, someone comes in and says they have his meds and says they'll put him right in his IV.
Yeah.
And the guy turns around the direction that Saeed was crouching
Yeah.
and doesn't see him and shoots the bed twice. And then he's like, huh? Oh. And then gets attacked
over
by
there.
him. It made no
That's
sense.
so weird.
If you're in this room,
He knows
and I
he was in the
pivot,
bed. He was just planning to turn around and
Well,
shoot
I
in the
know.
bed. Oh, he's not in the bed anymore.
no
That's weird.
peripheral vision at all. Like, if I went to shoot at you in the bed and you were standing over there, I'd know you were over there.
Would you? How many times have you shot a gun?
It was a dart gun. I've shot many a dart gun. I mean,
Dart
come on.
gun. Okay.
You got to tranquilize people sometimes. It just happens. It comes up.
Nerf guns? Do those count? I'm gonna have a
Only
Nerf.
if you lace them. It's really all
With
about
what?
the
You're gonna put,
knocking
like, a
people.
needle
it's
on the
like
end of it,
chloroform,
and then,
yeah,
like-
it's like something.
So like pokes you like eat. Oh, I'm not quite bleeding. That just kind of.
Let's see. So Saeed chokes the guy out with his IV line and then asks who he's working for, and the guy tells him there's an address in his pocket, and it's Kate's address. What was it? 42 Panorama Crest. I want that address.
Yeah.
Panorama Crest?
I knew somebody who lived on Enchanting Forest Lane.
Okay.
Like, I want to live on Enchanting Forest Lane. I mean, that's...
Can we name 129th?
No.
No, it won't let us name it. I mean, we at least got to name the subdivision King's Landing, so that's cool enough. Let's see. Saeed shoots the guy with like 17 tranquilizers. And, he's definitely dead.
Is he?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Jack calls Kate and says he needs to see her. She tells him where she is. And Saeed and Ben go to get Hurley and Jack to get Kate. And he tells them to meet at the marina at Slip 23. I mean...
At what time?
As soon as they can?
Oh, yes. They all just show up at the same time, but,
well, who knows? Somebody was waiting there. Like
somebody's like...
Yeah, Ben and... who did Ben ride with? Whoever Ben was with. Just like...
just chilling, watching the sun go down.
So Kate is sitting on the side of the road watching for the lawyer as Jack comes up, and she notices his lack of beard. And she doesn't want to tell him what's going on, but she ends up telling him somebody wants Aaron. She sees the lawyer driving off. Jack gets in. They drive after him and follow him to a hotel. And Jack wants to go get Aaron and figure something out, and then we see it's Claire's mom. So I remember at the time that being particularly like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Because it was just that she was going to she wants Aaron, right?
Which
and that
made
makes
absolute sense. And she deserved her grandson. It was her biological grandson. Totally made sense.
Right. And then it's raining and the lawyer's leaving and Jack's touching his forehead, just doing his thing. And I think that's how he gets his powers.
And then he goes...
Right, it's just like... He wants to talk to Claire's mom to explain why they did it, and he's like, Aaron is my family too. Kate agrees, and Claire's mom opens the door for Jack, and he tells her how he knew she was here. He followed him because he needs her to know everything they did was for Aaron. And she's like, who's Aaron?
Who's Aaron?
He asks what she's doing in L.A., and he tells Kate to call Son and tell her to bring Aaron to the Long Beach Marina. Her mom doesn't know anything. She sued Oceanic and is getting a settlement. And it's not her that's doing it.
Right.
I mean, that's pretty fucking convenient.
Yeah. Well, so Ben had to know that he was her lawyer too, and that's why he did that.
Probably. I would imagine that he either set it up for her to be his lawyer or him to be her
or
lawyer.
He said, after you meet with Kate, make sure you go to Kate's baby's mom's house. Just to lure Kate there to trick her into thinking whatever. Always.
Yes.
He's conniving. He is.
Yeah.
Whatever. He would do shit like that.
We go to the reincarnation van. The van that said Canton Rainer. That's a anagram for reincarnation.
How do you know that?
Because...
Did you figure out the anagram all on your own?
Hell
Why
no.
is there a gnat by my shoulder?
It's not a gnat.
What is it?
It's not a gnat. That's all it's not. I don't know what it is. I can tell you what it's not.
There's a hair.
It's not a gnat. So, they're in the Canton Rainer carpet cleaning.
Got it.
Are you all right?
No, it's like a moth or something.
Oh, no. Mothra's going to get us.
I'm not big.
Make sure not to wave around. Yeah, you just knock it over. It breaks the laptop.
It'll only take 25 hours to digitally print this on one of those plastic printers.
Yeah, that would take so long. I wonder if I could get him to do that. That'd be sweet.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. What were you talking about?
The Canton Rainer carpet cleaning van. Ben asked Saeed why he rescued Hurley, and he said just to make sure he was safe. The attorney meets with Ben and says they have no case against Hurley. The guy outside was killed before he escaped. Reyes will be free in the morning. So he's not only using him to fuck with Kate, but also to do legal stuff for the other Oceanic Six.
Right.
Long Beach Marina. Kate and Jack arrive, and Jack seems pretty sober after being an addict for so long.
Well, but Ben just took away all his pills like yesterday, remember?
Right, and he's not sweating or withdrawing at all. He's just sober Jack again that quickly.
Yeah.
Because that makes fucking sense.
I mean, I don't know what withdrawal is like from pills, so
it's worse than that. It's worse than nothing. It's worse than, oh, the next day I'm totally clean and I'm good now.
That would be like quitting cigarettes. So easy the second day.
Right. It's so easy. 4 years, 5 months, 13 days, and 9 hours later. It's not. I still want a cigarette.
I
all
wanted
the
a
time.
cigarette today after this guy was like telling me to slow down in the parking lot, and I was going 15 miles an hour. Like, I was so mad.
I wanted a cigarette today after somebody called and asked for somebody, and they were in a meeting. They were doing training. And I'm like, oh, this person's doing training. Oh, that's funny, because I was just on that call. How the fuck is that funny?
No, that's not funny.
What the fuck about that is funny? Nothing. Literally
so
nothing.
Did you want me to conference you back in?
Right.
Or...
Like, why didn't you just say, yeah, I'm in that training session? What the fuck is wrong with people?
Right. Oh, that's funny.
Nothing about nothing. No, not even your bitchy way of trying to just be shitty. That
that's
wasn't
funny. I can't hear you at all.
Right. That's funny. I didn't hear what you said. Can you say that
Sorry.
again?
Are you there? Hello? Hello?
Yeah, if
Click.
I just say hello.
Yeah. I'm so I can't hear you. Is anybody there? Hello? Hello?
Amazing. So anyway, I don't get why he's immediately sober and fine. It's cool because it's like the way he was
Maybe this has
before,
been a few days and we're just not giving him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he's taking a small amount of drugs to curb the withdrawal.
So I mean, you're saying that an addict is able to all of a sudden use restraint and be half as high as he normally is and be 100% normal looking now.
If Ben is giving him... I freaking don't know. It's a TV show. That's why he's normal.
I mean, I'm just saying he got clean really quick.
He took a shower.
Kate asked why he was worried today, and he shows her the note with her address. Ben and Saeed show up, and Jack's like, it's okay. He's with me. I don't know why I did that in a bad voice. He's here to help us and everyone we left behind. Kate says it's him. He's the one who's trying to take Aaron. And Ben's like, yeah, it was me.
Yeah.
Totally me.
Yeah, that was me. No big deal.
Sorry about that. Sun is watching from a few cars over, and she's got Aaron. She gets a call from her mom asking where she is. And Ji-yeon wants to say hello.
Right.
It was sweet, but she was just like...
Hi, honey. Okay, I'll never see you again. Bye.
I'll probably never talk to you again. I can't remember.
This is really great. What's your name? Oh, okay.
Ji-yeon. Ji-grion? What?
Ji-yeon.
Oh, Ji-yeon. Okay, gotcha. Sun tells her about her new friend Aaron and then gets out with the gun and points it at Ben. Right. If it wasn't for you, Jen would be alive. And he's like, boom, he's not dead. I can prove it.
Got it.
See you later. And he says he can show her proof if he takes her to somewhere here in L.A., or someone here in L.A., the same person who's going to help them get back to the island. And Kate overhears. She's like, that's why you were pretending to care about Aaron to get me to go back? I mean, okay, I guess. Sure.
Yeah.
Is it? Maybe. Maybe that was. So Saeed tells Jack and Ben if he sees them again, it will be extremely unpleasant for all of us. Which, it was only unpleasant for Saeed from that point on.
Right.
Pretty much exclusively.
Well, that was his own fault.
Right. He can show Sun proof in 30 minutes. Kate leaves. They leave. Whatever. Aaron is thirsty, so they go to the store. He wants a juke?
He wants a juke box.
It says I couldn't not pronounce it that way because it was written that way.
Juice box?
Yeah. I was trying to say juice box, but it was written jukebox. So I couldn't not say jukebox. Even though I knew I was meaning he wants a juice
box.
Yeah. Kate lets go of his hand to not take a call from Jack, and Aaron is gone. Like, fucking instantly.
I mean, why'd she let go?
It doesn't make sense, though, even, that he would be gone so
quickly.
quickly.
Don't ever let go, Jack. Or, I'll never let go, Jack. That's what she said.
Titanic?
Yes.
Okay.
She lied because she let go, and he fucking died.
Right.
Thanks a lot.
I think he was dead anyway.
Thanks a lot, Rose.
What a bitch. God, Rose, always a bitch.
And Pinterest has proved...
Rose, always a bitch.
Yeah. That there was plenty of room for Jack on that piece of wood.
Oh, of course there
I mean,
was.
they chalk outlined that shit, and there was plenty of room he could have lived.
They could have laid it head to toe. Let's see. Kate, the worker she just spoke with acts like he doesn't recognize her at all. Like, that was weird. It felt like one of those Twilight Zone sort of scenarios.
I'm sorry, who are you?
Yeah, like, what?
Oh, you had a son with you? I didn't see him.
And Kate, like, doesn't even let him answer. He's like, and she just, like, walks away as he keeps talking. She's running through the store and sees Aaron holding a blonde woman's hand and
freaks out.
You thought it was going to be, like, Claire's mom or Claire or something, just...
I think at that point was the same episode where Kate woke up in the middle of the night and saw Claire in the bedroom by Aaron. So it was all kind of creepy and like then...
Where you thought it might be her reappearing.
Right.
Yeah. So Kate thanks her and then holds Aaron. Son is pissed off. It's not taking exactly 30 minutes. And then Jack apologizes to Son for leaving Jen behind. And she asks if he's telling her this so she won't kill Ben if he's lying about Jen. And Jack's like, I will if you don't. And Ben gets all fucking pissy.
He like slams on the brakes. Yeah.
He was mad. He loses his shit about how he's helping them and all he's done to keep them safe. He's like, shoot me or don't.
Right now, do it. Decide.
They're just like, drive. So they go to the church and Ben gives Son Jen's ring and tells her John gave it to him. And all the people on the island need our help. Will you come with me? And she's in.
Of course she's in. So she can die. Bitch.
Desmond is there and he asks what they're doing here. Same thing as you. And he's like, you're looking for Faraday's mother too? Do you think Ben knew it was Faraday's mother? I mean, he seems like the type that would be well informed.
Did he ever meet Faraday? I don't know if Ben ever did.
I think the camera might have exploded from all the awesome acting that would have been on the screen at the same time. I don't think they could technically have those two in the same scene.
No way.
Daniel Faraday kills it every time, and so does Ben. So, like, could you imagine those two talking to each other?
I don't think that they were ever in the same scene.
Like, imagine if they had a back and forth dialogue.
Yeah,
it would be ridiculous. Yeah, you'd just be like, what is going on? Let's see. So they go inside. Ben says hello to Eloise. Desmond has to recognize her from the Flash, right?
From when she told him to...
But that was from the Flash.
I don't remember if it was
from
a
when
Flash.
He turned the key.
Yes, because that was when he was
Flashes before
painting,
your
and then
eyes.
he was
Right.
Okay, and then
he
the
bought
guy
the
where the
ring.
house was falling on that guy
With the red shoes,
And
yep.
she said you have to go do something.
So he has to remember her from that.
Yes.
Okay. She's upset he didn't bring everyone, but it'll do for now. This is the finale church, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Interesting. Okay.
I think so.
Yeah. No, I think it is, because when they were walking, it looked very much like
Yeah,
it.
they all meet back up at the lamppost.
Interesting. I never thought of it that way, that's where they end up meeting.
When they all die.
Is there some significance to it being a lamppost in relation to, like...
Because the light
at the end of the tunnel.
Well, it's not really at the end of a tunnel. It's like the only light in the room, maybe? Or the only light in the driveway is usually where a lamppost is.
I just want to be silent and let you keep going
But-
and guess for 5 minutes what else it could mean. Because that was good stuff. Those first 3 guesses were
I
gold.
told you I haven't eaten in like 10 hours. So like
Oh,
a
good.
beer and a half in,
Beer and a
I'm like
half.
good. You know,
It's beer and a half o'clock.
beer and a half.
Okay, so they go downstairs and she opens the hatch to the lamppost station. It has a Back to the Future like board with dates and times on it. Mm-hmm. That was cool. She explains this is how the Dharma Initiative found the island. I want to know so much about this
Yes,
station.
please
I have
tell me
so many
more.
questions. Ben says he didn't know about this place, and Jack asks if Ben is telling the truth, and she's like, probably not.
Probably not.
There's a picture on the wall of the island from 9/23/54.
So is that the
September
date?
23rd. September 22nd is the date of the plane crash.
Oh, okay.
In 2004.
So 50 years.
50 years later. 50 years later.
In one day.
Minus a day.
Yeah,
That's weird.
that's cool.
1 day short of 50 years later.
Yeah.
U.S. Army Op 264, top secret, eyes only. I don't know what that means exactly. Top secret, eyes only.
Eyes only means you can't talk about it. Right?
Well, wouldn't that be
Gotta
mouth only? Oh,
You can look, but you can't talk about it. Gotta be. That's the only thing I got. Why are you laughing?
That's fucking
Look,
hilarious.
but don't touch.
If that's... No, you said look but don't talk.
You can't talk
basically.
either. No touch, no
Is
talk.
that what eyes only means? That's fucking
I mean,
hilarious.
if it says eyes only, I don't know.
Yeah, but it's usually like, for your eyes only. Or, you know what I mean? Like, it's in a different context. But to say it like that...
I'm not the writer. I have no idea.
Top secret, eyes only.
Eyes only.
The station was built over a pocket of electromagnetic energy and
I feel
connects
like you
to
have a
others all
lot
over
of
the
notes
world.
left.
No, I'm right at the end.
Just kidding.
This part was full of information though that
It was
really
so
interested me. It was built over a pocket of electromagnetic energy and connects to others all over the world. The people who built it were only interested in the island's pocket though. Again, I want to know how they even had any inkling it existed, but they gathered proof it existed. They just couldn't find it. Then a very clever fellow built this pendulum on the notion they needed to stop looking for where it should be and instead look for where it's going to be. This fellow figured out the island was always moving.
Who is this fellow?
I have a guess. Although it seems random, this man and his team developed a series of equations. I remember hearing about the Valenzetti equation in relation to Lost, and I'm going to see if that has any... Let's see. The Valenzetti equation is a mathematical equation developed by the reclusive Princeton University mathematician Enzo Valenzetti. The numbers 4, 8, 15, 16, 23, and 42 are explained in the Sri Lanka video as the numerical values to the core environmental and human factors of the Valenzetti equation. So it says human, and the core environmental and human factors are those numbers. That's why our people got assigned to. That's why they got assigned to Jack and Hurley and Locke and the Quans and they were the numerical.
That's cool.
They became part of the Valenzetti equation. So I'm thinking it's Enzo Valenzetti that she's talking about.
Enzo, is that not like... I mean, it's kind of similar to that Hanzo whatever name.
I didn't even think of it like that.
It could be a fake name.
There's Enzo Amore is a wrestler currently. So the name Enzo didn't seem weird to me. No. But yeah, the Hanzo Foundation. But it was Alvar Hanzo was his name. I don't think Enzo is a made-up name necessarily in this instance. But
I feel like it is a very made-up name.
Oh, you mean...
Do you know somebody named Enzo? I've never met anybody named Enzo.
Enzo Amore. That's what I mean, from wrestling.
Okay.
His name is Enzo Amore, and he's a certified G and a bona fide stud, and you can't teach that. That's what he says. So, anyway. I'm guessing it was him. It didn't really say a whole lot. I wonder when that shit happened. The Valenzetti equation predicts the exact number of years and months until humanity extinguishes itself.
That's scary.
Right.
Did he say when?
Right, exactly. When is that? Let's see. So Oh, okay. Well, which tells them... Yeah, the series of equations which tell them with a certain degree of probability where it's going to be at a certain point in time. Windows that, while open, provide a route back. Their window closes in 36 hours. And Desmond's like, you guys want to go back? Yeah, I'm out. I'm here to deliver a message from Daniel. He and all the people on the island need your help. He didn't say any of the Losties, he points out. He said you. So the island isn't done with you yet, Desmond, she tells him. And he tells Jack that these people are just using us. They're playing some sort of game and we're just the pieces. Could that be any more on the fucking nose?
But who is in charge of playing the game?
Jacob and Man in Black. They're playing Senate. They're playing the fucking game. You know, the game with the tiles that they toss down.
Oh yeah. Okay.
That's the game they're playing.
Are we gonna play that this weekend at my weenie roast?
Yes, I will bust out the Senate board if you want. If
Do
somebody
you have
wants,
one?
do I have one? Of course.
Why
I
have we
do.
not played this game before?
Because I don't know the rules.
Because it's too lame.
I don't know the rules. I don't know how to play it.
You can't break the rules.
One day, Jenna, you'll have your own game, and you'll get to make up the rules.
That's true, which is what I did the other night.
Call back to episode 1 of this show.
Oh, I was
'Cause
going to say,
that's what
the other
Man Black
night when
said.
I was playing a game in the driveway with Caden, he was like, how are we going to play it? I was like, I'm going to hit the ball to you, and you're going to hit it back to me.
Oh, because Jacob was bitching about the rules of that game. Mm-hmm. And so Man in Black's like, one day maybe you can have your own game.
Yeah.
And then so this is now
This is
Jacob's
his game.
It's a pretty sick game.
Terrible.
If you think about it.
Yeah.
It's all kind of fucking
There's
with
lots
people.
of death.
So just like what Saeed said to Hurley, whatever she tells you to do, ignore it. You know, about Ben. And Desmond's done with the island. And the folder Eloise gave Jack has the info on all the flights that hit the window, which opens a day from now. It must be a Jira 316 and all of you. Why give her the folder? Or why give him the folder with all the flight information? All the flights
Why?
that could... Why not just give him the information on a Jira 316?
You skipped over the only thing that I caught from all of that conversation.
Go on. What?
The fact that the pendulum was swinging back and forth and Desmond kept walking through it and never fucking got hit by it.
Okay.
Like he would walk across the map and be like, nee, and then he would walk back and the pendulum was always like over here. And then it would like...
I did catch that.
Oh, so
but
irritated.
Did you take something from that?
No, I was just like, he walked back and forth like 3 times and never got hit by the pendulum and never even looked like, oh, is that coming? No, I'm good to walk across. He just like turned around and
Desmond's
walked
special.
the other
The
way.
rules don't apply to him.
Whatever. He turned around and walked through the map where the pendulum was swinging without even looking in what direction it was swinging.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough.
I was angry.
So she tells him that he needs to recreate the circumstances which brought them there in the first place. If they can't get everyone, the results could be unpredictable. And he's like, that's it? No, not for you, Jack. She gives him the suicide note from Locke and tells him that he hung himself. And Jack, of course, touches his forehead because that's default. And he doesn't understand why he would kill himself. And she tells him that he's going to help get them back. And he's like, he is dead, isn't he? So, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah, he's
going to
dead.
be a proxy for your dad, dumbass. But you need to give Locke something from your father.
Why?
Again, to recreate the circumstances of the original flight. Jack's dad was in the coffin. So put something that was Jack's dad's in the coffin with
I
Locke.
guess.
It's still just flesh. So
Yeah.
maybe you could trick it with, oh, look, it was flesh with all these possessions that belonged to who? Jack's dad. What about this other guy? Oh, Jack's dad.
What about the
stuff
other
must be
like
the same
300
guy.
people that were on the flight?
Right. Jack is pissed about this. He's like, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous? This is the one step that's gone too far where you have to go get a piece of your dad's stuff, you know?
Yeah.
That's the line. She tells him to stop asking how ridiculous it is and start asking yourself if you believe it's going to work. It's called a leap of faith, Jack.
Which he doesn't have.
Right. Well, he's getting it.
He doesn't have any faith to leap over. At all.
Okay.
None of it.
Ben appears to be praying in the church. Son left. Ben will pick up Locke on the way to the airport, and he asks what Eloise told him, and Jack didn't tell him. Right? Ben asked Jack what Eloise told him.
He's
and
like,
he just
nothing
says,
worthwhile.
Jack wants to know who she is, and Ben tells him of Thomas the apostle. He wanted to die with Jesus. He got noticed when he refused to acknowledge the resurrection. He needed to touch the wounds to be convinced. And, of course, he was convinced. We all are sooner or later. So that's interesting. Like, he's obviously applying that to religion there, but he's also meaning the island. You know, we're all
I feel like
convinced.
he's meaning that, like, was he talking about the fact that they can go back, or the fact that, like, Locke's going to come back to life, or what was he talking about?
That, basically, I think he's saying that Thomas was shunned for not blindly believing
That Jesus would come
that
back to life?
That he came back to life. That he had come back to
Oh,
life.
yeah.
Not that he was going to. I don't think that was a plan. That it was
No.
like, hey, hit me back in 3 days. I'll come back.
No.
You know, it wasn't like that
Oh,
kind
he
of
just
thing.
didn't believe that he did come
He
back.
didn't believe that he did, so he didn't until he touched in the wounds, and then Jack's like, "Did he believe?" And Ben's like, "Yeah, of course, everybody does." That, you know, like basically saying everybody eventually does.
Yeah.
So it is true, but what is he?
There's paintings of this, but is there video proof?
Right? Is there video evidence of this moment happening? Hashtag wound poke.
Ew.
Ben leaves to go kill Penny, and says he made a promise to an old friend. So
Who did?
Ben said that before he left.
What old friend?
Woodmore, that he would kill his daughter.
Oh. Ew. I didn't catch that part.
Ooh. It was the T-shirt. Ooh.
Ooh.
Jack goes to a bar and he's just staring at a drink, and he gets a call and says, "He did what?" And then Saeed is drinking McCutcheon,
Yes.
expensive ass whiskey apparently. Alana asks what it costs him, and he's like, "Whatever it is, it's worth it." She tells him it's $120 a shot or a glass.
Yeah, glass.
Why did he ask, or why did she ask if she knew? Same reason she's sitting at the bar eating. He asks if she's a prostitute.
Right. Are you a professional?
Yeah, you're a professional. You know, he's like, no, she just thought he looked sad. She asks what he does for a living, and he says the only thing he was ever good at. He quit because he's trying to change, and she gets why he's sad. When he's that good at something, there will always be people tempting you not to change. Okay, I'm very confused on the Alana.
She knows
here.
that he's.
I know she knows who he is, but why is she suddenly a vigilante? Or is she working to get him to the island?
So I don't remember who came to visit her and why was she
Jacob.
all wrapped up in bandages.
Don't know.
And
Maybe
she
they
was,
hadn't cast her yet.
Yeah. So no, we could tell it was her. I remember knowing that it was her. So Jacob went and visited her.
Jacob went and visited her, yes.
God,
She was going to be Jacob's daughter.
What?
You never heard that?
No.
I never told you that?
No.
There was going to be a storyline where Alana was Jacob's daughter, but they
How?
didn't have time to flesh it out.
Yeah, because it wouldn't make sense. Ew.
Jacob fleshed it out. So
Okay.
supposedly.
I'm sure he did. Flush it out.
Fleshed it out. Not
Flush.
flushed.
No, he flushed it out.
Well, he thought she fleshed it out, but then Alana
Anyway,
was there 9 months later.
what? So Jacob went and visited her, and then is getting her to bring Saeed back to the island.
That's what I'm thinking, but it felt like she was doing a very cop-like job.
No, she was hired to bring him back to Guam or wherever because
because
he
of those
killed
people.
the
That's right.
Yeah, he killed that guy on the golf course.
Right.
But Ben had him kill that guy on the golf course.
Right.
So maybe Ben hired Alana to get Saeed
Or
into
Widmore.
custody.
Well, or not, it wouldn't be Widmore.
No, it would have been Ben hired Alana to
No.
get Saeed into custody, to have somebody as being under arrest on the plane.
Jacob would have had to have coordinated it with her, told her to get Saeed to come back there.
But why are you putting that past Ben when Ben just did that with the
Because
lawyer?
then she's not working for Jacob, which is what she's clearly doing.
Oh, okay.
Her her intent is to help Jacob, so there's no way she'd go with Ben. You know what I mean? It just
Why? You think Ben works with the smoke monster?
Yes. Clearly.
Always? Because he's never talked to Ben? Okay.
He's never talked to real Jacob, so he probably
Or
thinks the
Jacob.
smoke monster is Jacob.
That doesn't make sense either.
He went and talked to an empty chair that popped up with something
Yeah, I
in it, and
guess.
it wasn't Jacob or Man in Black.
They were there.
You know, I don't know. Huh.
I don't know.
So she asks, let's see, he buys her a drink and takes her back to the hotel. They start undressing until she starts whooping his ass. She's a professional hired to bring him to Guam, and the man he killed on the golf course, his family hired her to bring him back. He's going to answer for what he's done. Yeah. So I said, but she's with Jacob, so this is a bullshit story that just happens to check out?
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand her motivation. I know that we
Somebody told her to do that, is all. Bottom line.
When we watched her get Saeed and take him to the island, they hadn't aired the episode yet where Jacob visited her.
Yeah, so it's just Jacob bringing them back to the island.
Through her. Right. Okay. I can go with that.
I guess.
I don't know. I enjoyed the episode. I want to watch the next
good.
one.
It was really good.
Even though I'm going to probably keep watching with the family. You know, like episode 3.
Oh, episode 3.
Right. Exactly. We're on 85.
Wow.
Ooh, look at fancy me on episode 3.
Wow.
Next time you'll come over and we'll be on like season 2, episode 17. You'll be like, Jesus,
I'm sorry, what?
How did that happen in a week?
I've watched like half an episode of Shameless since last week.
Yeah, that's all? Is that all you've been watching lately?
I started How I Met Your Mother again because you guys watched it.
I'm on that.
Like, oh God, it's so good. Have you met Ted?
Yeah.
I love it so much. It's so good.
It's so good. I'm on that too. I was just gonna say I'm watching that. I'm on season 4 or 5.
I started season 3 of Silicon Valley.
I'm on 3 of Silicon Valley
yeah,
too.
that's what it's called. I'm like, wait, is that what it's called? Yeah.
I think it's Silicon Valley instead of Silicone.
Are you sure?
Yeah, there's no E at the end.
Oh, okay.
Like it's not
Silicon Valley.
Comma-cone.
Okay.
You know, it's not Comic-Con.
Comic-Con?
It's Comic-Con.
Silicon Valley? Okay, whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Because silicone looks just like...
I just figured it was a valley full of nice tits.
Right, no. Different silicon.
Whatever.
Yeah, I'm somewhere in season 3 of that. I think Jeremy pointed out the other day what the problem with that show is.
What?
It doesn't go anywhere.
Oh.
They keep spinning their wheels.
Always.
It's the same storyline over and over again.
But it's good. I mean, they're usually
It's
funny.
entertaining.
Yeah.
But damn if it doesn't feel like, can we just get a little progress?
Right.
Like something. You're talking all this shit about changing the world and doing all these great things, but we never get to see them implemented.
I feel like that's our lives, though. And like what our presidents always do and, all that stuff. So, I mean, everybody talks shit about what they're gonna do or what they should do, and nobody ever does anything. Except for implement bad policies.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I mean...
Okay, anyway.
Kicked transgenders out of the military yesterday.
So, was that just because they were going into the military so that they could have the military pay for their, transition?
No.
Because that was the article that I read, and I was like, yeah,
no.
so why wouldn't they ban that? Like,
no, it's...
If everybody's just signing up so they can get their penis cut off, then yeah.
First of all, it's 0.0001% of the budget. That accounts for dealing with transgender people's medical care. And some of it is continuing hormone therapy.
Oh, okay.
You know, so like they started it before they transitioned before they came in. But I mean, like Obama just got that, to where that they weren't banned. And then, so immediately undoes it. Yeah.
So how come nobody ever said anything when Obama was in office about it?
What about him allowing it? Because people were genuinely supportive of LGBTQ
Which is
people.
fine.
Yeah, so that's why it's weird to now be going, let's
Why
undo all that
is
shit.
anybody surprised? His vice president is Mike Pence.
I know.
I mean, we should not be shocked that he's banning this shit.
Or talking politics on here because
we should not do this.
This will be divisive very quickly. But it's nice to know we're sort of on the same side of this nonsense.
No.
No?
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, he could leave women alone. Like that'd be cool.
I don't care. I don't watch the news or read
Right,
much
I
of
try
it
to
because I'm
avoid
like,
it all.
I just live in Crown Point and everything's good here, so we're good. I don't know.
Well, I mean, to be fair, you know why? Because we lived with Mike Pence as our governor.
Yes, we
as
survived
close.
it.
We're as close
Although
as
he
you could
did
get
shit
to
on our education system and then go to the White House and everybody voted him in, which made no sense to me. They're like, yeah, let's bring this guy in. That's great. He made it real hard for all the teachers in Indiana and all those gay people that wanted to buy cakes from people that didn't like gay people.
The bakers, yeah.
I mean, he is the worst.
The best was the 5 times that dude asked him on TV.
Oh, so good.
If those people were allowed to discriminate based on
what?
whether or not they're gay, he's like, look. Here's what you're doing.
I feel like you're breaking this down in the wrong tense.
You're taking the result of my actions too literally for what it does,
right.
as opposed to what I
That's
meant.
because Last Week Tonight is just so good.
Oh, God.
I mean, John Oliver is amazing.
I try not to just be like, I just lean one way or the other. but like it's really hard for me to sympathize with,
the
with
thing
a
that
lot
we
of the
have to
conservative
understand,
sort of viewpoints.
the thing
I don't
that
get that.
he's our president and he's
Right.
our vice president, so that's what we have to deal with for the next at least 3.5 years.
Right.
And
It makes me feel a little ucky to do, and yes, I use that word, to do this a similar thing to what people did with Obama that didn't like him. Be dismissive of literally everything he does. So I try not to do that because I feel like that's a shitty tactic to do. To just be like right off the bat, he's not my guy, so everything he does is stupid.
I can tell you that I did not give a shit at all the 8 years that Obama was in office.
I didn't vote for him either
I
time,
didn't-
but in retrospect, he did a pretty damn good job.
I was on vacation both times during
You didn't-
voting
just
and
didn't vote?
never voted, and I didn't care who was president. Like
Right.
it was,
It didn't seem to matter.
He did a decent job. We're all still alive. I mean, I feel like everything's okay. I'm a little concerned that we'll also be alive in 4 years with the existing president. But I feel like he
Did
made
you hear
he
that-
made a bunch of promises that I hope he's able to like stand up to some of them and do some of them, but he probably won't do any of them.
Did
and,
you hear somebody told him to make the wall solar paneled?
Oh my God.
And then it was like,
Raise us a
you
bunch
know
of
how
money.
solar panels work, right? They have to be facing
The sun?
the sun.
Oh, instead of well, why
So
would
if it's a solar panel
maybe
wall,
they build the wall, then put the solar panels on top with like barbed wire across it.
this is my
And
favorite.
it will like pay for the wall.
I cannot wait until my house is built and I can start doing the Joel Henderson show again because we are talking about all this stuff in roughly 8 months. See you later.
Oh, that's it. We're done. Okay, I'll go home and clean.
See you later.
All these memories in my mind, my mind, my mind, my mind, my mind, my mind. I'm still a secret lemonade drinker.